welcome to today's EEGS webinar. I am really happy you could make all time to join us today. Let me share my presentation, and today we will talk about a really interesting topic, and if you are especially from affiliate side, you may know how important it is. And the topic of today's webinar is what's Google's AI search evolution means for iGaming brands and especially for affiliate. Let me introduce myself. My name is Uliana, and in iGaming I already 9 years. I started my career as a content manager, then I was a country manager, and now I work in PR. So I know what is a Google update means for the project, and what is the cost for the team every single year to adapt and came up the new strategy. So let me share my screen and let's start. And today we are going to discuss, as I already mentioned, Google AI search and what is the mean for big iGaming triangle. This is like affiliates, operators, and providers. And the reason of this conversation is simple. In May 2026, Google presented what many people, experts, and Google itself describe as biggest transformation of search in the last 25 years. It's search is becoming more conversational, more AI-driven, and increasingly focused on helping users reach decisions rather than simply showing links as it was before. And for iGaming, this is especially matter because our industry doesn't only sell games or like betting products or entertainment. We also monetize discovery, comparison, trust, and attention. And when the way people discover information changes, like the business model around it also changes. And now, before we begin our journey, I have one question to the crew. Are you ready to set sail? Because today we are not looking for buried gold. We are looking for something even more valuable, like visibility, trust, and player attention. And the reason is simple. The impact of AI search evolution doesn't far beyond from rankings and keywords. It affects who gets seen, who gets recommended, and ultimately who earns user trust. And just like every good pirate crew, we are going to start by studying the map. And before we leave the harbor, let's agree with a few things. I am here not to predict apocalypse or declare that SEO is dead. My goal today is simple, no panic, no magic promises, and no universal checklists. Because casino, sportsbook, like crypto betting, social casino, gray market, or regulated market, all are different realities. And instead, let's focus on better questions that are suitable exactly for your business model. And because the better questions usually lead to better decisions. So the key idea of this webinar is that Google helps user make decision. You could say previously Google did the same. But it's not like that actually. And sounds like a big sentence, and let's make it simple. Old Google helped user to find only websites. Like new AI-shaped search helps user reach conclusion. And in the old Google model, like Google said, here is the 10 links and good luck, my friend. In the new model, Google say, I read many sources, I compare with them. And here is the answer. And here is a few options you may consider. In normal industry, this is the big digital marketing shift. But for iGaming, it's more sensitive because many business models and businesses sit exactly between the question and the decision. Affiliates build content to answer player questions. Operators also depends on visibility and trust to convert players. Providers, they depend on operator growth and product performance, like after player arrive. And so when the decision moves earlier in the journey, everyone feels it. Not, of course, not in the same way and not in the same not with the same speed. But the pressure travels through the whole ecosystem. Like, let's think about it like a table with three legs. If one leg started shaking, the coffee may spill on everyone. And in iGaming, this coffee usually quite expensive. Like many of us, many people in the industry have already survived bigger Google updates like Panda, Penguin, helpful content. And this name sounds like cute, like cartoon animals, but they were not cute for the traffic reports. And they changed like ranking rules, punished the weak content, and they forced teams and improved SEO tactics. But now there is a major difference. Like previous updates still worked inside the classic search model. And the user searched, like saw results, click website, and continued the journey there. And the battlefield was rankings. The goal was to win position, and the main question was how do we become number one? Now AI search changes the interface itself. And as Google say, that is the biggest change in the last 25 years. It doesn't change who ranks higher. It may change whatever the user needs to click at all. Like now, AI search summarize results, answer complex questions, and supports follow-up question in the same conversation. And the user can stay inside the search environment longer. And sometimes the decision may form before website visit. And this is the main problem for all of us. And we already started to feel the effect when Google implemented AI answer previous year, right? And in the most positive scenario, like some affiliates traffic decreased by like 15-25%. Some affiliates like didn't survive. And that's why I don't see it's only another SEO problem and the SEO update, similar like SEO update. It's not just like a new boss in the same game. It's more like the game map has changed. And you can still play, but running the old direction may not bring you the same place anymore. Like, if we look at the old Google game, it was clear, and there is some main questions that matter more. And who ranks number one? Who owns the keywords? And who gets the click? And this question built entire business models. If you were an affiliate, you fought for best casino or top sports book, and they sound similar terms. But if you operator, they also cared about the game, and even if they didn't always own the search result directly. Affiliate rankings could become operator acquisition, and the strong review page could send first-time depositors, and the bonus comparison table could influence where player registered. Providers were one step away from all this game, but they still benefited when operators acquired more players and needed more games, more integrations, and more exclusive content. And now the new questions are different. Like, will the user click at all? And who does AI trust? And where does the decision happen? And these questions are less comfortable because they are not only about technical sale. They are about reputation, clarity, authority, public proof, and consistency across many sources. And before we fought for the first blue link, and now the first blue link is something waving behind the AI answer and saying, "Hello, I'm still here, please remember me." Like, this funny, yes, but from commercial point of view, it's serious. Because if click becomes less automatic, every business that depends on that click needs a new strategy. Now let's move to the part one and look at the old iGaming funnel. It wasn't perfect, but at least everyone knew where the money is hiding. The old funnel has a familiar rhythm, and the player had need or curiosity. Maybe they wanted a welcome bonus or legal sport book or fast withdrawals. They searched. An affiliate appeared, and affiliate compared options. The player clicked, the operator converted, and the provider powered the experience after player arrived. Now this flow created a predictable chain. Not always easy, not always cheap, but understandable. And each player journey, of course, had many variations, but the general structure was stable enough for company to build teams, budgets, content strategies, and partnerships around it. Now let's look at classic user journey through simple example. Like, a player types best online casino. An affiliate page ranks well, and the page has a top list, payment details like pros and cons, maybe good written review, and player read enough to feel comfortable. And they click the affiliate link. register with the operator and make deposit, and then experience the game, payments, support, retention flow, and everything that provider supported by operators and providers. The journey gave affiliates a strong role as translator of market choice. And operators could assess player through affiliate reach. Providers benefited from operators' scale. And everyone didn't always love the economic, of course, because like CPA negotiation could feel like a sport, but the model was familiar. Now let's look at AI style journey. The player asks, AI summarize, AI recommends, and the decision may happen before the click. Let's call our player Alex. And Alex don't type a keyword anymore. Alex don't type the best online casino. Alex may turn on voice mode and ask more human questions like, what is the safest casino in my country with the fastest withdrawals, like clearer bonus terms, and for example, good live casinos. And this is a not keyword, this is a conversation, and this is less predictable. And AI can understand this as a complex request, and it may combine information about licensing, payment speed, bonus term, like reputation itself, and may suggest a few brands. Alex may ask a follow-up question like which one has the easiest verification, or maybe which one is the better for roulette. At this point, the decision is already forming. And if Alex clicks, the click may be more qualified because Alex has already done part of the research. But if Alex don't click, the affiliate and operator may lose the chance to influence the journey directly. And this is the new tension. The important thing is not that AI give one perfect answer, it's not. But the important thing here that AI becomes part of the decision conversation, and it can answer and reduce uncertainty and keep the user engaged before any external page gets visited. Now let's move on and look at this new Google feature from side of our big iGaming triangle. And the first place where pressure becomes visible is affiliate layer. And because they monetize discovery and comparison. And AI search is directly entering that place. And here, I want to say this carefully, that I'm not saying that affiliates are dead. Like strong affiliates are some of the most adaptive companies in iGaming. And they know SEO, like media buying, content analytics, partnerships, and conversions. But many affiliates are not only websites. They are media brands with the communities, newsletter, like video channels, and the product experts. But the pure search-only affiliate model become more fragile. And if the main asset is ranking for generic comparison terms, AI search creates direct challenge. And the value of basic comparison content decreases when AI can summarize similar information and present it inside the search results. And some affiliates may already bump into this problem, like especially the sport-focused affiliates, when a few years ago, the Google implemented sports widgets. Like previously, around 6 years ago, we may find information about teams, stats, and the match score only on their special sites. But Google decides that it wants to buy this pie and implement it the widgets. And now if you are searching, for example, like France, Netherlands score, you will see the venue, score itself, lineups of the team, stats, and even like probability who will win. So, but now the problem is a bit seriously. So, in simple words, like generic SEO pages are easier to replace. And the pages called like top 10 casinos 2026 can be useful, but it looks similar to 200 other pages. And AI doesn't need every version. It can extract the common information, remove the repetitive structure, and give the user a compressed answer. And the page may still exist, but the important thing that the role in the journey becomes weaker. It's not lead to the click and if user, for example, follow YouTube channel because they trust the presenter, AI cannot fully copy this type of relationships. If player join Telegram or Discord community for tips, supports, or maybe interesting local insights, the community has direct value. But if email newsletter has a loyal readers, the situation is pretty the same. Like it doesn't wait for Google to send people every morning. Like it owns part of the relationship. And this is why the problem is not SEO. It's about brand. And when I'm telling brand, I'm not mean that logo or nice color palette, but brand as a memory, trust, and preference. And here is a few main questions here. Do player remember you? Do they come back directly? And do they believe your tests on the site? And does they feel that the real person or the team stands behind their recommendations? For affiliates, the future advantage may come from being more like trusted media and less like search landing page. Like SEO can still bring the first visit, but the mission of that visit changes. It's not only to get click now and lead user to casino or sportbook. It's also capture their relationship with them. And a simple way to say it, it's like that. If Google sends you a visitor, do you just waving goodbye after the affiliate click? You should invite them into something your own. Maybe it's a newsletter, like account, community, or maybe alert system, YouTube subscription, whatever you came up. And because the next time Google may not send them at all. So now let's summarize the affiliate reality. The question is no longer how do we trick AI search and how do we get traffic? And this is the wrong mindset. The question becomes, what do we offer to deserve to survive when basic information is free and instant? But here, I want to avoid making this sound too simple because every affiliate model is different and the comparison site in a highly regulated European market, it's not the same as a streamer lead community like in another market. And a sports book affiliate, it's not the same as a casino bonus site. So the right strategy depends on audience, like traffic mix, partnership models, and so on. So, hey, affiliates, to win this game, you need to build formats that people choose to follow and not pages that people accidentally find. And yes, this is much harder than just updating meta titles, but that is the point. And the easy part of affiliate SEO is becoming less defensible. And the human, trusted, useful part becomes more valuable. Now let's move closer to the brand that actually receive players. And this is the operator. And the operators may look at AI search and think, like, it sounds like affiliates problem. And yes, affiliates feel the first wave. But operators face the consequences. If affiliate acquisition become weaker or more expensive, operators face greater pressure on growth. And suddenly, reputation becomes more than only marketing asset. The reputation becomes part of the acquisition itself. So, which lead to the important question for operators. And this is if AI compares brand and recommend them, what can it verify about yours? And for operators, trust becomes visible. And in AI-shaped discovery, visible trust may become a selection signal. Like, think about the information an AI system may use when it answers the player question in the regulated and sensitive category. This is licensing, responsible gambling tools like reputation, public compliance, expert reviews, media coverage, and consistency across different sources. This is all becomes matter. And I'm not saying that one factor guarantees like AI visibility. Nobody should promise that. But we should remember that AI systems are designed to avoid risky recommendations, and especially in the areas where trust and compliance matter. And obviously, iGaming is clear one of those areas. And a brand with unclear licensing, like weak responsible gambling pages and confusing bonus terms, like pure payments transparency, not creating confidence. Like operators need to make trust easy to read for humans and also for machines. And this is where PR becomes more connected to performance. Like credible mentions, awards, expert quotes, like interviews, leadership thoughts, and industry recognition all creates external signals. And they help to build a public story around the brand. And the operator question is not only how much traffic can affiliates send us. It's not so relevant now, but you should focus when our brand appears in AI-shaped decision journey. Do we look safe, clear, and credible? And this slide is one of the most important ideas today. The brand is no longer a pretty part of performance marketing. In AI discovery, brand reputation may become part of the acquisition infrastructure, as I already mentioned a few times. And for years, many companies treated brand as decoration. So like something nice to have and something that looked good at conferences, but we have a performance metrics like which always was a serious part with the CPA, FTD, conversion rates, return of investment, and so on. But the brand was like a softer part with the awareness, PR, social media, awards, interviews, and so on. But in AI-shaped discovery environment, brand becomes infrastructure and it creates direct demand. It creates trust and it creates recognition. And it gives both human and machine strong signals. And brand like used to be a pirate hat and now it's maybe ship itself. Now let me sip a bit of water and we will continue with their providers side. Okay, for providers, at first glance, this may look like somebody else's problem. Like providers don't usually buy Google traffic and their customers are operators. But the pressure travels through ecosystem. And in iGaming, pressure rarely stays in one place. Like, think about this chain. AI search created fewer generic clicks. Fewer generic clicks increase acquisition pressure. And the higher acquisition pressure makes operators more selective. And more selective operators focus more on retention and efficiency. So the provider question is not, will Google send us less traffic? It's not relevant to them at all. But the better question is, how do we help operators to get more value from every player they acquire? Like, as I already say, providers don't buy Google traffic, but they feel the consequences from what happened with it. And this is leads like, so what does proving impact usually mean? That when acquisition becomes harder, every click has worked harder. And every registered player matters more, and every retention improvement becomes more valuable. Like, and at the same time, like every friction point becomes more expensive. For their providers, this is where they can create competitive advantage. For the game providers, this may mean like stronger engagement mechanics, like better game performance, like localized content, data-driven recommendations, and that format that can help operators stand out. And for the providers, that improves player retention gives operators more value after the acquisition cost is paid. And for platform providers, the opportunity is also clear, like the faster onboarding, clear KYCs, flows, like better payments and stronger CRM tools. And everything that can help operators convert and retain more effectively. And when traffic is abundant, companies sometimes tolerate a weak experience. But when traffic becomes expensive, weak experience become very visible. And this is also affect B2B brand visibility, like because providers with a stronger reputation may have more leverage. In the operator who wants to improve retention, conversion, or differentiation, they will look for partners who can prove results. Not only say we have many games, you have to explain, like we help you keep user engaged, compliant, and satisfied. And this is important part for PR and marketing for B2B providers too, because they should communicate outcomes and not only features. Instead of saying like we have innovative content, you should explain what this innovative content helps operators achieve. Now, let's bring our triangle back together. And the triangle is still standing, like affiliates, operators, and providers. AI search doesn't remove the ecosystem. It changes the balance of power inside it. Like affiliates move from traffic capture to audience trust. Operators move from acquisition deals to visible authority. And the providers move from content supply to retention value. And this is main conclusion, like iGaming triangle is not dead, but different. And the industry doesn't disappear because Google adds AI answers. Players still exist. They want entertainment, betting, games, like and trusted recommendations, but path to the decision changes. And when the path changes, power shifts. And the companies that own only one step on the old journey may feel more pressure. And the companies that own trust, audience, like brand memory, and the product experience may have more control. Like now, instead of giving you universal advice, I suggest asking better questions. And I know like everyone loves 90-day plans that feel safe. And like week 1 audit, week 2 optimize, and week 3 become a billionaire. This is very nice, but in iGaming, the universal advice is dangerous because every market, every license, audience, and the brand strategy is different. So, and here is the 3 better questions that will useful for your own business model. And the first, where do players decide? Again, answer honestly based on your business model, where user make decision. Is it Google? Is it affiliate site? Is it like YouTube, Telegram, or streaming community, social media maybe, or direct brand search? Like map the real journey. The second question is, what does AI see about us? And here you need to search your brand, like your products, your authors, your awards, your reviews, compliant and expert mentions, like everything about your brand. And look at the public footprint like a machine might look. Like, is it looks structured or and credible, or maybe it's messy and unclear? And the third question is, what would make us memorable? And this is a hard one. Here is you have to answer honestly. If user don't visit you today, will they still remember you tomorrow? And do you have a voice and community, or maybe a strong message, or recognizable expert, or maybe the product experience that people talk about? And these questions are not as simple as a checklist, but they're more honest, and they help each company build a strategy based on its real exposure and real strengths. So here is a big takeaway. The Google AI search doesn't kill iGaming, but it changed where decision happen. And we should be prepared for this. But on the market, there is a lot of opportunity. The players still exist, the demand still exists, but the journey becomes shorter, more conversational, and more influenced by AI. And I would like to finalize today's webinar with the good news. And the good news is that we still have a time to adapt. According to the Everett Rogers diffusion of innovation theory, we still have time, and we're still in the early stage of adoption, since it was implemented only in end of May. But this window will not stay open forever, and the winners of the next era won't be the companies that chase every click. They will be companies that influence the decision before clicks happen. So the treasure is still there, but we simply need the new map. So let's open the Q&A session, and please share your question in the chat. Okay. I didn't see any of these. Okay. Okay, now I see the questions. Let me a few minutes to read and choose. So the question is from Pavel. As an affiliate manager, what should I encourage our affiliate partners to do differently in order to remain visibility in AI search? Should they focus more on original reviews, expert content, news, or brand authority? Like all together. And there is, as I already mentioned, the mostly honest answer to this question is depends on the market, depends on the brand, and how much of the journey you actually own. So everything matter, but like expert content, of course, This much more matter. But as I already mentioned in the affiliate side, you should focus like on the something unique, not like if AI can summarize it. Is it like written review? It will summarize it, and the user will not go to affiliate. So let's search for the next question. Yeah, like we have a question from Valia, and she asked, how can small operators compete against large established brands when AI models may favor authority and reputation? So there is a big question, and it's relevant not only for operators, like for everyone is become harder, and even for affiliates. If you jump into iGaming now, it will be much harder to compete with the big brands and big media. So you should focus, of course, on the brand and on the trust signal as an operator. And that's how you can be recommended by AI, and the good partnerships, of course. But as I already say, like most of the question is depends. We have to look at the brand, like which market, which audience, everything matter. Just to came up, the strategy is much more complicated. Like we have a question from the Pavel, and he asked, do you think traditional SEO metrics like backlinks and domain authority will become less important than brand mentions and overall entity authority in AI search? Like, yes and no, because if we look at the big brands, like I don't want to promote anyone and pronounce any company names, but anyway, like the big companies and the most famous websites in the industry, if you will analyze it, the backlinks and SEO metrics is still matter, and the reputation that they built with the year during all this period of time is still matter, and that's why they will be recommended by AI first. Like just the all topics become more complicated. And if previously we work with SEO and PR, I don't know how it's going on with on the operators side, and but for affiliates, it's always like was really close, SEO and PR, and now it's just matter for every brand. Building PR, can bring you backlinks as well, and so on, like everything matter. And the most complicated part, because we are now in the beginning and we just don't know new rules of this game, we have to adapt and just look at the results, what's work and what doesn't. And again, some questions from Pavel. And have you already seen examples in iGaming brands that are performing particularly well in iGaming search? If yes, what are they doing differently? They focus on all metrics altogether, and they have a built reputation by like as a legacy. And here is the interesting thing that AI search gives a different results um, based on their how you ask and how you answer. For example, if you turn on the voice mode, it gives you different result. If you're typing, it can bring different results. So how do you see this long term regarding Google search? Let's say in 2 years, it is going to be completely replaced. Yes, it's like not in the same speed. Like different markets adopt in a different with a different speed. But of course, we will. Kmilis, right? Thank you. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm really happy that was helpful and maybe bring some insights for you and some fresh perspective. So, Pavel, again, if a user no longer visit affiliate websites before choosing an operator, how can operators and affiliates continue to create value together? And here is the complicated question, and the more unique partnerships can improve this situation a bit, but everything changing and like power on the market, like unfortunately not on the affiliate side. The strong affiliates and the famous affiliate sites will be still existing, but the smallest one, it's much harder to survive. It's need much more money to invest in the link building, in the SEO, in the PR, in everything. Like I would rather focus from the operator side. I would rather focus on the building your own brand and make directly direct recommendations from the AI search. Okay, Kalina asked, you mentioned that branding has shifted from being decorative to being acquisition infrastructure. Do you have any insights about how to develop strong and um, differentiated branding for within iGaming? Are there particular tone of voice or assets that are stronger than others in the industry? You should be unique. First of all, you should be unique and like not as a copy of everyone. That's how you can become memorable. For example, you have to you should to understand who is your auditory. If you are for everyone, like from the people, oh, like all their ages and all their like and male, female, and everyone, and you doesn't have your voice. You should choose your auditory. You should understand on which how they talk and use this voice to be chosen by them. Is it only, for example, young auditory? You can use something like more, uh, TikTok style. If it's, for example, serious brand with a strong reputation, you like just keep it on this level. So we have a few minutes. If you have more questions, please feel free to share. And I would like to finalize this webinar today. By the way, please write your reaction. Is it was useful for you or not? Which insights you bring from this webinar? So thank you so much for your attention, guys, and for the time that you make to join us today. So I would like to finalize this webinar and thank you for the organizers to give us this opportunity to meet today and have a good one.